Hey guys, Terry Duff here, and got a cool little video for you. Just some really good content. I'm going to show you how to generate free leads, regardless of what you're marketing. It's a very simple technique to generate leads, literally without spending a single dime on traffic. What I'm about to share is really easy for a couple of different reasons. Number one is this technique can literally be done in less than 20 minutes. It's one of those set and forget lead generation tricks. What I mean by that is that once you set this up, it takes 15-20 minutes to do it. It's not like Google AdWords where you have to consistently manage it and track things and making sure that your quality scores are in check. All of those types of things, you don't have to worry about it. So you can set this up and literally walk away and just watch the traffic come in every single day. It's so simple that a blind monkey could do this, and I really mean that. Here's how it works. This is completely organic traffic. So what I'm about to share with you is not pay-per-click advertising. It's not writing articles and those types of things. This is a very quick technique that involves pure organic traffic. Step number one in this process is Google the phrase free Google keyword research tool. You see this right over here. Google that phrase. You should come up with this domain at the very top of the search results. Type in 5 to 7 keyword phrases inside of this little box that they're going to reveal. I'll share a quick screenshot here in just a quick moment that relate to what your data capture, forgot a word here, capture page is all about. For example, if your data capture page is about joint pain, I'd go into that search box, the little research tool, and type in phrases like how to stop joint pain, naturally stop joint pain, how to naturally stop joint pain, stop joint pain aches. You get the idea at this point. You don't have to write out a huge volume of keyword phrases, but you do want to give Google a strong idea as to what it is that you're looking for. So give them 5, 6, 7 different keyword phrases that specifically relate to what your data capture page is all about so that we can make sure as marketers that we're keeping message to market marketing and keeping this whole process really in harmony. So a prospect types in a certain keyword phrase, they click on the link that they're going to find inside the search results, which links to your page, and they land on your website, and it's talking about exactly what that person was out there searching for. Here's an exact screenshot of the results or a similar screen that you would see. I just did this based upon the analogy that we're working with right now, stop joint pain, how to stop joint pain. You get the idea. You can see the keywords that I typed in. It gave me this whole slew of keywords, and then there's also a ton more, another 100 or so keywords that's beyond this list. Now, what I'm worried about and what you should be focusing on is this column right here, global monthly search volume. If you actually click on this link, it'll sort these numbers from highest to lowest. Okay, so here's what you're looking for from that list of keywords that the Google Research tool just provided for you. Find a keyword phrase that has preferably 500 to 1,000 search impressions per month or more. Typically, the problem though is if you go after a keyword phrase that has, say, 20,000 search impressions on a monthly basis, it's going to be very competitive. All we're looking here with this basic technique is to find a nice little pocket, a nice little niche market for a very specific, very targeted keyword phrase. Generally speaking, I've found that the best results typically reside when a keyword phrase has anywhere from 500 to 1,000 search impressions. But you can toy with that number a little bit, but that gives you a really good starting point right there. Find 3 or 4 good keyword phrase candidates. Take those keywords and then type them over at google.com and do a quick search, but put that keyword phrase in quotations. Okay, so find a handful or so of good keyword phrase candidates based upon what we just talked about up here. What you're looking for a home run that practically guarantees you a page 1 search result ranking is if you have less than about 30,000 or so site results that come up when it shows you the search results up in the top right hand corner. I'll show you that here in a quick second. But that practically guarantees you a page 1 ranking, and typically in the first 1 through 5 spots on Google. And again, we're talking about organic results, natural search results here, not pay-per-click and not the sponsored listing ads that show up at the very top and then to the far right of that search results page. We're talking about the results that come typically down the middle of that search results page. Here's an example of something in action. I just did this and just set this up, literally registered this domain name about 5 days ago. If the keyword phrase was MLM network training. Now this is an example geared towards OSM, but again, this example could be used if you were marketing joint pain or headaches or anything under the sun. It makes absolutely no difference if you're in direct sales or if you're an affiliate marketer, you're a network marketer, what have you, whatever products you're promoting, this technique will work to get you more traffic. The example, the specific example I'm going to share with you right now revolves around the keyword phrase MLM network training. It has approximately 1,300 search impressions on a monthly basis. What I mean by that is about 1,300 people every single month type in that phrase over at google.com. So there's actually quite a bit more search than that, but just on google.com it's about 1,300 search impressions per month. Now, there's about 63,000 websites that have that search phrase on it. So 63,000, this is a little bit higher than what you'd like to see of 25 to 30,000, somewhere in that vicinity to pretty much guarantee you a page one search results page. But this still worked like a champ, as you're going to see here in just a quick moment. Now, here's the search phrase. Now this is without quotes, and that's why that number is coming up so high. If you type this in with quotes, which is really the way that it should be, you get approximately 64,000, somewhere in that results. But prospects don't use, they're not going to put it in parentheses. That's why I gave it to you in this example. MLM network training, just like a prospect would. And here's the actual, let me just adjust this, there we go. Here's the actual screenshot. Now, these are all sponsored listings. These are non-sponsored results. And I'm right here, MLM network training. I'm right beneath. I'm number 2 spot, Tim Sells, which is some pretty good competition to be around. He's got quite a name for himself in the MLM network marketing home-based business industry. So I feel pretty privileged to be hanging out with a crowd such as Tim Sells. But I'm hanging out right beneath him. The biggest difference, folks, is if you look at this website, firstclassmlmtools.com, tons of content, tons of really cool information, but it's a content-rich website. If you look at mlmnetworktraining.com, which I'll pull up here right now, as you can see, this is a full-fledged, this is a data capture page. Okay, very, very simple. Took me less than 20 or 30 minutes to actually put the page together, and then another 15, 20 minutes to do the actual technique that I'm talking about right now. Let me slide up. Let me see if I can slide this up. There we go. So you can physically see it right here. I'm at mlmnetworktraining.com. And here's the actual data capture page. Nothing fancy. I've got MLM network training right here at the top of this page. I've got it again right here on the little click button that somebody presses that goes into our autoresponder. And I've got it a couple of more times. MLM network training right here again. I've got that keyword phrase. I've got another phrase that's right here, MLM network marketing, and then I've got it again verbatim right here. I've also got it again verbatim right here. So I believe I have the exact phrase 5 times, and actually scratch that, because if you look down here at an outgoing link right here, I use MLM network training. And if you put your little cursor over there, you'll see that this is actually leading to, I've got a Wikipedia link right here that this is going to for an authoritative link. So I've got the exact keyword phrase mentioned a total of, bear with me as I reset this to recalibrate. Okay, so I've got it a total of 6 times on the page. Okay. You can register that keyword as a new domain over at GoDaddy or HostGator.com. Those are a couple of really good registrars that I feel comfortable recommending. I'm not an affiliate of their programs. I am not an authorized reseller. I receive no financial compensation, but those are, Gina and I have registered literally hundreds of domain names between those two locations and have no qualms recommending them. Add that exact keyword phrase on the website approximately 3 to 4 times. Try to get about 2% keyword density. So, as an example, if you've got 200 words on that page, you want that keyword phrase mentioned about 4 times. Okay? Under this example, MLMnetworktraining.com, oops, forgot the .com over there, but the site that I just showed you, I've got the keyword in the description 2 times, in the title tag on the website, as well as in the message of the page about 5 times. And actually, I miscounted that because when we went over it together, it was actually 6 times. So regardless, 5 or 6 times there in the message. Oh, biscuits. There we go. All right. I also added alt tags in a few of the images and used the keyword phrase MLM Network Training. What this can do for you: follow those prior steps. Look for keyword phrases that have impressions of 500 to 1,000 per month or somewhere in that vicinity. You want to find websites that are matching that result when you do a keyword search at google.com. Make sure it's around 25 to 30,000. You can go higher than that. Just understand that your likelihood of being on page 1 reduces as those websites become more and more competitive. Now, just doing this one time can easily generate an extra 5 to 10 leads per week. And again, it doesn't cost you a dime other than registering a domain name, which is about $10 per year per domain name. So let's break down this math real quick. Assuming that you had one site that brought you 5 leads per week, and this is a very, very realistic example of a keyword phrase that might have 1,000, maybe 1,300 impressions. That comes out to, let's shoot on the low end, 20 leads per month, or about 240 leads per year. When you factor in the cost of the domain name of approximately $10, that works out to about 4.2 cents per lead. I'm not a mathematician, nor am I a math genius, but in my opinion, I think that's a really good return on your investment. Okay? Let's talk about scaling and ramping up this process for just a quick second, because 5 to 10 leads per week really doesn't do a whole lot for your business that's productive. So do this one time, get proficient at it, get familiar with the process, get good at what you're doing. Wait for your site to get indexed. Then I want you to go back and type that keyword phrase into Google once or twice a day for the next couple of days after you physically got the website out there. After about 3 to 4 days, you should find your website. Hopefully, if it's done properly and you went through the analysis correctly, it should be on page 1 and hopefully towards the very top of page 1, again, under organic or natural search results. The site example that I just shared with you took about 3 days to get ranked as number 2 for that keyword. Here's a little hint, and here's something that can actually expedite that process. If you write about 3 to 5 articles, and in your authority, in the resource box down at the bottom of the article, point to your domain name of that new data capture page, or you can also do this by a Squidoo lens or any other Web 2.0 property. It could be a YouTube video. What you're looking for is links pointing to that data capture page. That'll really expedite this process. But again, I did none of that sort of stuff, and it took my site 3 days to get picked up. So if you want it to get picked up in hours, you could have the same result in less than 5 or 6 hours just by having a couple of articles that are already out there pointing to your data capture page, or maybe a YouTube video in the description where you're pointing to that data capture page. Just a website that receives a ton of traffic from Google spiders so that they're constantly crawling that website, picking up those links and looking for your website. That'll get picked up a lot quicker. Okay, but again, I did none of that, and it took about 3 days for this to get picked up by the search engines. After you find your site and search results, continue doing this. Eventually, because again, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. For example, if you had 10 websites, this technique alone would bring in extra 50 or more leads per week. Now, again, that's not like a crazy huge volume, but what is that mathematically? 7 leads or so per day. Okay, talking about roughly 50 leads per week. That's doing this with 10 websites. Can always ramp up from there. Okay, you could get to a point where just by using this one single technique alone, where you're getting 2, 3, 400 leads on a weekly basis without spending more than maybe 8 or 10 hours total to make that become a reality. Okay, so very quick, very solid, very, very simple technique of getting targeted free traffic to your data capture page. This is something Gina and I have done for years as far as this technique, but it's interesting that you don't hear others talking about it. It's very quick, it's very simple, and honestly, folks, I think you ought to get out there and start doing this for yourself as quickly as possible. Let's talk about recapping some key points here. Find a qualifying keyword phrase. Start off with just one. Remember, get really good at just one first. Register that keyword as a domain name. It needs to be exact. Okay? I would also recommend doing a top level, registering a .com, not a .net, not a .tv, not a .org, not a .ws, okay, not a .name. None of the other extensions. Register a .com. Okay? If the domain is not available for that keyword phrase, find another keyword phrase. That's the keyword itself is one of the main reasons that when you register that as a domain name, it's one of the main reasons that it gets not only indexed and spidered so quickly by the search engines, but it also gets you a great ranking. Shoot for a keyword density of about 2%. Okay? That's simply the total amount of times you have that keyword phrase on the website divided by the total number of words on that website converted as a percentage. Add your keyword, the description, and the title and the alt tags to the page. This is not required, but I would strongly recommend it. If you go over here to MLM Network Training, you can see that that's the title of the page is MLM Network Training. I also have incorporated some alt tags into some of these check marks into these images, also this little arrow here, and also into the signature image that's right here. Okay. And that is a wrap. Let's get out there. Let's rock and roll. Let's put this to use. It's a very, very good technique. Very, very simple technique. I truly hope that you've enjoyed this content. Let's get out there and rock and roll, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.